no surprise to see this mare in the winner's circle tonight. She's been racing in terrific form since coming back from her let-up without having too much luck with the races she's competed in this time in, and barrier draws, but it looked a good race for her on paper tonight. Utilised her gate speed, and once the lead wasn't there, the second best option was to sit in behind the stablemate, and that panned it out beautifully for her, and took a little bit of while to wind up. It looked like she just dropped off there for a stride or two coming to the home turn, but once she balanced up, she was very good.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. Her first two runs back have been really good, and she would have been right in the finish, but got checked last week, and tonight thought we might be able to lead, but couldn't quite. But as you said, getting in behind the leader was just perfect, and she always felt like the winner in the run.
It's been an amazing mare. She's just been right amongst them right throughout her career, and if anything, as she's got older, she's just continued to get stronger and tougher.
Yeah, that's true. I think when she was young, she had a little bit of trouble with the middle trip, but now she can do work off the gate and still finish off like she did tonight.
Well done, Chris. He's a magnificent-looking horse, isn't he? He's actually he looks like he's grown a little bit and just strengthened up a bit since the last time we saw him last campaign.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, he just feels better and better every run, a bit more sharp and wants to get on with the job now. Like he just flopped along, but then about the 500, he just really grabbed up on the bit and wanted to get rolling.
Out of the gate, you obviously were waiting for the dust to settle, but he seemed to handle that okay. I know he wanted to get out a bit harder, but you had a good hold of him, and he was okay.
You know, he was good. You know, he probably could have maybe crossed if I had really chased him, but you know, this sort of grade, you'd think he's always going to get the front, so just get there at your own time. And you know, some of the lesser horses can still get out of the gate really well, so you can sort of come undone, you know, trying to burn them off early. But yeah, he just came out nice and then settled well, and then rolled to the front. It was still a pretty solid lead time, but you know, he's a very classy horse.
Yeah, we'll all waiting with anxious breath to see where the bottom is to this horse. That's 11 from 11 so far, and he's ticked every box to date, and now he goes through, I suppose, the lesser grades as far as the classes are concerned as he works his way through, which he should be able to do pretty comfortably, and it's then going to come down to him meeting the top level open age group horses as the season and next season transpires. And does he give you the feel that he is a horse that can go, you know, and I suppose let's sort of work our way through metropolitan grade and potentially above that?
Oh, you would think so for sure. Like the time he ran just then was sort of equivalent to what they went in the MO in the M1 in the first. But you know, I think he may go in that 4-year-old Breeders' Crown night and probably go from there. But you know, he's not going to sort of be scared to run with any horses, I don't think, once he gets fully wound up.
A terrific win. Well done to Sonia Smith, who's prepared this horse. And Jack, who, young fella, he's just finding his way, getting some great opportunities now with a number of stables, and he's driving very well. That was a new experience that you'll probably learn a little bit from, Jack, because certainly for favourite punters, it was a little bit of a heart-fluttering experience. And you didn't panic. I suppose you may have reacted there for a stride or two, but you sort of grabbed your thoughts, and you're on the best horse, and it turned out all right at the finish.
Yeah, it turned out okay. Just had us for speed there at the bell, 28 for the second quarter, and caught us snapping. Yeah.
Yeah, the horse came outside you pretty quickly, and probably at that point you thought he may have just sort of sat outside you, but he sort of just got you there for a stride.
Yeah, just caught me while I was asleep. It worked out okay in the end. We sort of ran the race in the middle sections, but yeah, just luck went our way.
The horse settled a lot better tonight, which would have pleased you, because certainly during the day meeting here when the heat was run, he over-raced in front and really made himself vulnerable. It was a 31.8 last quarter, and tonight he seemed to relax a lot better tonight, and you had a much more controlled horse.
Yeah, relaxed a lot better, probably a little bit too much, yeah. But no, it definitely was a lot nicer horse to drive.
And we saw him, I think, the start before when he was driven back in the field. He really savaged the line. He sort of put the writing on the wall that he was getting back to some really good form because he's showed to have some good talent. But Sonia must have just had a few little problems with him there for a while because he just wasn't performing as well as he was capable when we first saw him.
Yeah, Sonia Ernst have done a great job getting him back into form. 2 in a row now. He's done a good job.
Terrific performance by Van Mara. Good to see him back in the winners list here tonight. He's figure form had a duck egg next to his name from last start, but he's a very good horse. He didn't handle the conditions too well last day. He had a few trouble steering him, Kate.
Yeah, he did. He just wanted to bore up the track really bad, and that's why he stopped at the top of the straight. He just wanted to do a right-hand turn, and sort of the more I was pulling him down, he just sort of pulled up. So it wasn't that he went bad and that he was gone and just stopped. It was just that for whatever reason, I couldn't steer him, and that's why he looked so bad.
It does happen. He came to the trials and he did trial very good. Shadow Sachs beat him in the trial, but he was very strong on that performance.
Yeah, he was, and he's deserved of this win tonight. He found the front last time, which was frustrating that he did what he did because I'm sure he would have gone very close in the race when you find the front. He sort of most of the time got to do a bit of work and be in the death and back in the field, and as you know, it's pretty hard to win. So, yeah, really good win tonight.
Well done to Dave Moran, a beautifully rated drive by Dave. We know he's an extremely talented driver, and there's no better when it comes to rating him in front. And he's got the money on David Aiken, who David spent a lot of time with David Aiken as a young kid growing up, and he probably owes David Aiken a lot for his upbringing as well and teaching him a lot about the sport. And I suppose it's always nice when you jump on the old boss's horses and win, Dave.
Yeah, it is, Rob. I don't drive a lot for Aiken anymore. He's got plenty of staff that do a lot of his driving, and his son Josh. So it's always good to get back on board, and it's even better when you drive a winner for him.
Well rated horse. Lead time was okay, it was 7.2, but you really was able to back it off after that. And for a classy horse of this nature, pretty much stole it from there.
It did, and the mile sort of suits him good, Rob. But when the 29 first quarter come up, sort of thing, he was always going to be pretty hard to beat. We probably didn't want to go as hard as we did off the back even, but he sort of just got travelling a little bit too strong for his own good, so he was good enough to hold him off at the end. It worked out well.
Very sorry, made a little dive half up the straight. It was coming quick, but as we know, this horse does tend to respond pretty well.
Yeah, she did. She always sort of tends to get up the track a little bit, so I thought if she did have to go to the sprint lane, it may be to her disadvantage to some degree, but he was good enough to hold her off, so he's done well.
I'm just having a chat to Mick about Rack 'em Up Tiger Pie. His dad's pretty happy, so is his mum. So they've kept the mum and dad happy, Mick. That's the most important part.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to do, but should tie us over for a couple of weeks.
Well, good effort. Got up at cricket score odds almost, but he was over $40, I think Dan mentioned on the tote. Went around at Kilmore during the week. Had to do a bit of work there. That's probably the run topped it off nicely for tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Credit to Dad because I told him after Kilmore to maybe miss this one, in case the run took it a bit out of him, but obviously didn't hurt him. And as you said, he was a long price tonight, but he probably shouldn't have, and that was probably due to a below par performance on Tuesday when he had to work overtime. You
landed in a really nice spot. Sort of looked at your lap from home, and I thought, wow, you're nicely poised because we know he's got a good turn of speed. And Tam Major was travelling well, and obviously Yankee Lincoln was right on his back, and you sort of thought maybe class would probably prevail at the finish, but in all due respect, you were able to save him for as long as you could and switch back to the inside and pay dividends.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, we had a really good run, and he travelled really strong during the race, and when we went back to the inside, we had a little bit of luck that behind the leader came off and gave us a really good uninterrupted run through to the inside. But look, he's got a lot of his sister's traits. He's a brother to Blue Collar Tiger Pie, and she was very fast, and he possesses a few of those traits, and he's taken a while to come on, but hopefully in time he can do a really good job.
And is he pressed on now for the Breeders' Crown, this horse?
No, he's not Breeders' Crown eligible, so look, I'm not too sure what that'll do with him, but if I was him, I'd probably give him a break and come back next year.
The San Domino machine continues on after returning back from his couple of performances in the New South Wales Breeders' Challenge. He put up a terrific performance to win here last start. We saw him go a mile rate of 154.3, a lot slower tonight, 157.8. He's probably hasn't had a start since the 12th of July, having a little bit of a blow here. He's just keeps ticking over, Rodney. Kari and Paul doing a great job with him, and his record speaks for itself since joining the stable.
Yeah, absolutely. And he just felt like that he needed it tonight, and it's pretty scary because I'm tipping next week he'll even be better.
Yeah, look, he's ticked all the boxes since coming. A bit of a had to restart his whole career really, in his campaign, and he's just got his confidence back, and he just seems to be tough and enjoying his racing.
Oh, absolutely. I think he just thrives on the faster he goes, the better he feels, and and then it gives me a good feel too. So it's very good.
Yeah, look, I think he's heading towards the Breeders' Crown as well as the 4-year-old series.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the plan. It's I can't see why he can't go there and be competitive. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, looking forward to a couple of good clashes, but he's got the $30,000 final next week, pretty rich series, and he's going to be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, you would think so. Nice horses always win them type of races, and hopefully he'll be one of them.
What about if we had to see him driven from behind? I mean, we've seen him driven tough now on a few occasions, and he seems to thrive on it. We probably still haven't seen him, sit up and just really sprint from back in the field. Do you feel like he's got that in him?
Oh, absolutely. We probably haven't seen it yet because he's always been in races where he's probably been more dominant than him. But I'm sure when it comes time to race the real good ones, he'll be able to sit up and sprint home as good as what he does when he's sort of riding along in front.
Found the lead, and we've seen him during the Mildura Cup Carnival and on various occasions. He's got above average ability, and tonight he was just too good.
That's right, Rob. Mildura was pretty good, and like you said, last start he was good. He come from a long way back and was hitting the line pretty strong. Tonight he got the good draw and, was lucky enough to find the front. He was probably a little bit more relaxed than what I would have liked him to be, but in the end it worked out good.
He didn't come out as quick as I was sort of half expecting?
No, well, he's probably never really been that lightning quick off the gate. So he only holds his own and he takes a little bit to muster, and as you've seen, the further we got, the quicker he mustered. So, he was good.
And on the line, he was still travelling strong?
He was still travelling pretty strong. He half wants to wait for him. That's why he's got those pull-down blinds on him. But I said to Gav pulling up that was probably lucky that his didn't get out any earlier because he was finishing pretty quick. So, but fortunate enough, he was good enough to get the money.
I'm sure Jody be relieved that race is over, but she got the chockies, and I suppose it's all worthwhile when you got to do it the tough way, and you literally had to do it the tough way more ways than one.
Yeah, I think I did it tougher than him, Rob. I'm a bit puff, but he's a bit cunning, and look, he sort of likes a bit of a dogfight, and when that one come through wide, actually it sort of helped him get on the bit and made him travel a little bit better. So he did a good job tonight. Yeah,
he certainly did. You had to do quite a bit of work outside the leader, and started getting a bit keen in the run.
Yeah, he is better when he does get keen because he's a bit sort of switches on and off a lot. But if he's travelling in your hands and he thinks he's going all right, he races better.
Yeah. And David, big thrill for David. Always nice to win any race, but to come here at Melton and win this Aldebaran Park Pace final always makes it a bit more special.
Yeah, I'm glad it can win for him, and his parents are down tonight, so that makes it extra special. And he was named after his pop, who sadly passed away a few weeks ago. So to be able to win here tonight for him, I think it means a lot to them. And everyone knows Punchy's been with me for a very long time, and he's the backbone behind me and my stable. So I'm glad I could win one here for him.
With Gusto, the 9-year-old, trained by Graham Dalton and Chris Elford, in the sulky, bring up another winner for tonight, and Chris sort of gave this horse a good chance earlier on tonight when we spoke to him. He said he was a last start winner and a claimer, and no reason why he can't go well again tonight. Well, he's made a back-to-back wins.
Yeah, he's racing with a new zest of life, the old fella, and yeah, good run tonight. You know, time was good. It was strong all the way, and you know, these races are good because they're probably all they can compete in, these old horses, but you know, gives them a job.
Yeah, that's right. And he just got off the bit a little bit coming to the turn. Beach Boy Adios got outside you, but he sort of responded.
Yeah, he's, you know, usually not the bravest. Just got to try and trick him into thinking he's travelling well. And when the other one couldn't get to him straight, and then he sort of got going again. He sort of puts his head down and says, "I've had enough." But when Beach Boy couldn't get level with him, he sort of had another fight then.
Vincent shoots clear now. Is this a star on the rise? Vincent brains them. Vincent by 15. How big was that, Vincent? That was outstanding.
Heaven Rock's tight and better. It's an all-star show in the Auckland Cup, and Vincent too good.